Barakatah Yahawah, BAHASHAM Yahawashi, BAHASHAM Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Something is Stewing. And pretty much, to stew something means you slow cook it. And they slow cooking this thing, man. They're dragging their feet. I was watching this earlier on my walk, breaking Los Angeles. Governor new to declare World War III preparation, nationwide warning for massive attacks. So, he was going into it's not really getting much coverage. I believe he said there was one mention of it, and they really ain't talking about it. But it's this drill that's supposed to be taking place next week in Los Angeles. Here you see, I typed in, because this is what he said, this is what the Canadian prepper said. And I put this video in the description box if you want to watch it. This is what he said in the video. Los Angeles conducting new to declare detonation, saying it like that for a reason, exercises next week. Really should have been exercises next week, so let's see. This came up. It's a nuclear detonation workshop next week. Then I guess this is something that they conduct on the regular. But the thing is that, why are they doing this now? Why did they wait till the release? Especially in these times now, why did they wait for the release of, Leave the World Behind and the Fallout series? Why is that? What are they prepping for? So there's a lot of suspicious activity going on. Remember when 9/11 happened? You had drills and exercises going on in New York at the time. Prior to the buildings coming down. So what are they prepping for? But pretty much this is, what the devil does. And they're looking to establish their new world order, which they're not going to get off the ground only but so far. And they pretty much, there's a phrase that they have, ordo ab chaos, meaning order out of chaos, because they want to put the fear in people in the world, and to be so tired of all of this hell going on and all of these wars and the threat of this and the threat of that, so that the people could be so upset and so fearful that they will demand, worldwide peace. And that worldwide peace will come by way of, Esau's agenda, which is his New World Order, which is on the back of the dollar bill, Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means a utopia for them and a dystopia for the rest of the world. So I'm just going to read this precept. If another precept comes to mind, I'll speak on it. If not, then, we can end the lesson. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then this is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You're not going to be able to escape this. So they don't understand. That's why Asaph said that, the Lord set them in slippery places, because they're moving forward because of their greed and because they think they're going to accomplish their goals, which they will to a certain degree, but those goals that they accomplish are going to be the very thing that destroys them, and that's where they're at right now. So when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them as travail upon a woman with child. Now, when a woman has a child, she doesn't have the child right away. When she's in travail, that means the baby's getting ready to come. So that's when the contractions start coming. The water breaks, and the contractions start coming. They get closer and closer, and they're more and more intense. And pretty much once they get to that point, that's, usually around the time when the baby starts coming out. So the baby right now would be the destruction of this place. And matter of fact, this is a scripture that came to mind earlier. Let me just get this real quick. And then, like I said, if anything else, I'll read some of those precepts that brothers have on the comment board, and then maybe close the lesson out. Let's see. The return of the Messiah. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, which we've witnessed, the eclipses, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipses, and in the stars, so-called shooting stars, comets, and all that. And upon the earth, distress of nations. And we're seeing that happening right now. Distress of nations. Let's look up this word, distress. The word there is sunoke, a holding together, a narrowing, the contracting part of a way, metaphorically straits, distress, anguish. Yeah. And the more, there was something that brothers sent me, I believe, or I ran across, to where the farmers are saying pretty much prepare for these shelves to start getting, thinner and thinner, because shit is getting tighter and tighter. People are, having to pay a lot more for groceries and bills and all that than ever. So things are going to start getting tighter and tighter. And then they keep saying, have at least 72 hours worth of food, So why do they keep throwing these little little hints out there? Little rumor here, little rumor there. Because they're planning on doing something. And remember when 9/11 happened, no one was expecting that. That's the true definition of swan event, a black swan event. And this is what, don't be surprised if something pops off. So we're just keeping our eyes open for it. Let me read this again, and then, like I said, I'll grab a couple of those precepts on the comment board. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring. Right. Perplexity. Matter of fact, let's look up that word, perplexity. People are going to be perplexed. You know why? Because they're not going to know what to do. The word there is aporia, the state of one who is in perplexity. Let's look up the word perplexed, because that doesn't really, I hate when they define a word with a word. Perplex, of something complicated or uncountable, cause someone to feel completely baffled. Right, it's going to take people, catch people off guard, because they're not ready for it. Especially the people here in Babylon the Great, America, because these people here are the least prepared in all the world. These people here really don't know what it is to really suffer. These people don't know what it really is to have something super horrible happen. Here it is, that 9/11 thing happened. People were all shook for a little bit, and then guess what? After a while, they went right back to sleep. You have to remember that all these different types of incidences and, hunger and all of that, and having to scrounge for your way of life every day. This is something that happens every day in some of these nations. Here in America, they have bountiful of everything. That's why you have so many obese people. So imagine when they start shutting things down, people are going to be perplexed. They're going to be, as it says here, bewildered, puzzled. They're not going to know what to do. So reading on, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, right? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening that has been prophesied long ago. And once these things start happening, the average American is not prepared for these things. And even this guy here, the Canadian prepper, is talking about he's fearful now because of the way things are going. He said he wished it was 10 years ago when he was just like a somewhat of an ignorant prepper, just starting out. So I don't know if he just said that for sensationalism or if he really meant that. But the point is that, people are going to be nervous. Now, he's saying that, he's nervous that we welcome it. We want the Lord to hurry up and take this place out. The sooner the better. Because the sooner this place goes up in smoke, the sooner the kingdom of heaven will be established, and the sooner we can be at rest. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right, because Esau is going to be shaken. Their whole system is going to be abruptly abruptly interrupted. There's going to be a serious interruption going on in this devil's system of operation. All right. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory, right? Because Yahawashi is going to appear. So in the midst of all these things, which Yahawashi told the disciples, this is what will be taking place prior to him getting here. All of these things are going to be happening. You know, wars, rumors of wars, famine, pestilence, and all these things, you know, that are popping off. You know, and that sickness thing that they're talking about, you know, the plague. You know, so there's a lot that's brewing. There's a lot that's stewing. All right, so let me get a couple of these precepts that the brother put up. Right, and now check this out. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So we welcome in this because that means that we're just that much closer to the deliverance. See, he's not looking for that because these are people that are here for the duration. They think they're going to be here for their sons and their sons' sons and so on and so forth. You know, they're going to get old and die, and then they're going to pass on the knowledge of prepping to their, you know, children. And he just said he bought some land, you know, that he's, you know, getting prepared for just in case shit hits the fan. And he's, fast tracking everything. You know, he got, you know, farming, you know, going on, planting and all this stuff, seeds that's going in the ground. You know, they're not preparing for the Lord. The Lord said, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. You know, now, does that mean that if you have a little extra dough that you can get a few extra little things here and there for you not to do it? No, of course. You know, use common sense. You know, use wisdom. But above all, if there's something you can't achieve right now, when the time comes, the Lord will provide. All right, so I'm going to read a couple of these precepts. Revelation 12:12, because the elders are on fire. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to them, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down up unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And notice it keeps saying the inhabitants of the earth. You know, and many different precepts it speaks about that. You know, woe to the world. You know, because why? It's going to be a worldwide event that's going to take place. It's going to rock this place. It's going to, you know, it's going to take people out of their comfort zone. 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. Right, because these people don't listen to reason. They don't listen to the prophets. They don't listen to prophecy. So that's good, because the Lord is about to, you know, make sure that you get the picture. 2 Ezra 15:5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right, and these things are coming in bunches. That's the difference. You know, I like to say from time to time that there's always been famines, there's always been wars, there's always been pestilences and sicknesses, and there's always been, you know, eclipses, solar, you know, lunar, you know, shooting stars. There's always been all kind of stuff going on around the world, but never in this fashion, at this much at a time. You know, happening back to back to back to back. Why? Because we're closer and closer to the end. Because the Lord is about to make his second coming, Yahawashi. Ezekiel 7:25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right, and that's what these devils are looking for. See, their peace. The scriptures say, Yahawashi said, I give you peace, not as the world giveth I to you. Because the peace that they're talking about is them constantly staying where they're at, and everybody else come groveling at their feet, and them having the power over you to where if you don't comply with everything they say, they'll shut it down. Like Public Enemy. Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. That's right. Yeah, this is good. It's Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. 2 Ezra 6:40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And this is why the Lord is causing that separation right now. You know, to where when we go out to different places, we can't wait to get home or to get around brothers. You know, because it's such a demonic vibration out here. You know, you don't feel right being around these people. Because at any moment, the Lord could unleash something on their ass. And you don't even want to be in the vicinity when it goes down, baby. Verse 41, he that selleth him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose, yeah, being as pilgrims, because this place is going to be destroyed. It says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Right, and then this brother here put Luke 12:32, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Right, and in order for the kingdom to come, this one got to go down. You know, because remember, if this one doesn't go down, then the next one can't come up. Two kings can't sit on one throne. I don't know if they went up there and told you. Ezekiel 12:22, son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Yeah, and that's Jake's sentiment. You know, if they figure if they keep pushing it off and pushing it off, you know, that they're not going to have to deal with it, because they keep throwing it, you know, off to you know, to the generations that come later. Now realizing that all of the signs that the Lord said would be happening are happening right now, right before their eyes. And it's crazy because at one time, you know, the Christian church used to kind of speak about certain things concerning that, wars and stuff like that. But now it's nothing but song and dance. They reverted right back to that slop, that song and dance. You know, every once in a while you hear, you know, certain individuals speak about certain things, but you don't hear none of that shit anymore. Everything now is about fun and games, rapping at the church, dancing at the church, singing at the church. When you look at some of these videos of these churches, it's just like if you went to a concert somewhere, women twerking, you know, dressed all scantily. I mean, just madness going on. You know, like the Lord said, these are smoke in his nose. And he about to get busy. He's about to do business. He's about to do his business on these people out here, man. He about to take a cold. He about to do something to these people. You know. He about to do something to these people. Right. Let me get this one here. 2 Ezra 9:2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, which we're seeing the Lord visiting this place. Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and shall not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Why? Because it's sure. Ezekiel 22:14, can thine heart endure, or can thine hands be strong in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord, have spoken it and will do it. Right, because there's a time of Jacob's trouble coming, and it's going to be like no other time before, and never will there ever be another time after. So it's going to get raw out here. You know, it's about to get raw out this piece. You know, and you're going to, you know, the ones that have been sweating, toiling, and laboring and catching hell for this truth, you know, the Lord is going to reward us when that time comes, you know. So with that, you know, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. If you want to check this video out, I put it in the description box so you can check it out. Pretty good video, you know. Some good information. Some stuff is hard to find, like this thing with the Los Angeles thing, you know. But nevertheless, you know, he's not known for somebody that just says anything just to be saying it without fact checking it, you know. So with that, I say shalom.